Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to stand up here, but you can. It seems like it was just yesterday that I was trying to bundle up and keep warm, but here we are, already hitting the 90s and soon triple digits. My number one strategy when it comes to staying comfortable while camping is to go where the weather is good. The higher the temps, the higher the elevation. Beyond that, my strategies for addressing heat are shade, airflow, insulation, and cooling, in that order. I don't have all of them solved yet, but I'm working my way down the list as the temps increase and the budget allows. I've been considering some form of shade for a while now. Awnings are a popular option, but I didn't like the idea of always having something affixed to the rack, and you have to choose a side, unless you get one of those expensive batwing options. I thought a pop-up would be a great option because they're inexpensive, I could place it anywhere I wanted, use it at home when I'm working on projects. But then you have to worry about high winds and setting it up by yourself. I ended up going with the Napier Sportz Cove hatch tent because it's compact and not too expensive, and the big one, it has a screen layer, which contributes towards strategy number 2, airflow. I can keep the hatch open and not worry about bugs. I saved a little money by buying it used, but it did smell a bit of stale cigarettes. A little air freshener and a dryer sheet fixed that right up. My other requirement was, can I set it up by myself? I did a dry run in the driveway and encountered a couple of pain points. For one thing, if you have a lift or large tires and are short, there is no way you can get the hatch corners into the pockets. Secondly, clipping the elastic side to the roof rack is treacherous. It's impossible to hold on and use both hands to snap the buckle together at the same time. My hacks are to keep those buckles snapped together and wrap a gear tie around the loops. Then, despite what the directions say, with the hatch closed, attach it to the roof rack first by hooking and twisting the gear tie to it. Then open the hatch and the corner should slide right into the pockets, and you can continue attaching the hooks to the wheel wells and the buckles under the bumper, and finally inserting and velcroing in the shock corded pole. And there you have it, the modified 5-minute setup. I didn't guy it out because conditions are pretty calm, so I just tucked the lines up here. But yeah, pretty sturdy. Since I'm unloading next, I just rolled everything up and tucked it down here behind the bumper. And I got it wide open, but it is nice and shady in here. Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. I was a little concerned about leaving my hatch open all night and battery drain. I have the hatch light switched off, but the open door ajar light on the dash still stays illuminated. But Google told me that the dash light's battery draw is absolutely minute and not to worry my pretty little head about it. Field test confirmed this to be true. You may remember this battery jumper that fried my phone charging cable. Well, since then, the one time I tried to use it to jump a neighbor's car, the hinge of the positive clamp broke and the spring fell out and got lost in the engine compartment. Not willing to give up on this cursed thing just yet, I emailed the manufacturer and they sent me not just one, but 2 replacements from China. So at least their customer service is good. Just to show you how much room there is back here. Okay. Standing on the bumper now, and I can go up to here. So, yeah, I don't know why you'd want to stand up here, but you can. I did also have to put the guy lines out because if they are not deployed, then this thing just sort of accordions up like that. So I just have that one on the wood crate and this one at the table leg. Doing great. I've had screens for the front windows for a while now and felt like the sunroof could use some ventilation as well. So I got this magnetic screen and it fits perfectly and the magnets are strong. Now I can keep the window open and let the hot air rise and escape. I can also clip my small fan there to accelerate the process. Speaking of fans, we have had this Geek Aire battery-powered fan for a while now. We've been using it in the backyard, but this is the first time I brought it camping. It operates on a USB rechargeable battery pack, and I have a spare. So if need be, I can recharge one battery with EcoFlow while I'm using the spare and just keep the party going. It might work. Check it. Gotta get the rotation right. I have the big beaner and the S beaner attached to this, which is attached to the pull down strap. Fire it up. Just need the rotation a little more that way. Just want to spin this way. Ah, it's the fan on, spinning it around. Got the big fan just sitting on the bumper there, moving. It's only on like low, and it is moving air. He knows what's good. Took my spot, which is why I'm over here. I have it off right now so you can hear me okay, but I rigged a sort of evaporative cooler right here. It's just a bandana soaked in water, and so the air blows through it, and since it's a dry air, it makes the water evaporate, and that evaporation brings the air temperature down. So I've only had it on for a couple minutes, and it is working, so let's see. There we go. Definitely cooler. I'm just gonna have to keep taking that off and soaking it and bringing it back. It does have the capability to mist on its own, but that requires access to a pressurized water source. So if you typically camp at sites that have a spigot, pack a hose and you're good to go. Super effective in dry climates to get that evaporative cooling effect, but if you live where it's humid, not so much. There. All right. Real test. Next up are insulation and cooling, but I haven't gotten there yet. Those are probably going to involve window coverings, either purchased or homemade. My dark tent has sufficed pretty well to this point, but it's time to step it up. As far as cooling goes, the wet fabric and fan combo works okay, but down the road I may buy one of those mini evaporative coolers. Tangentially related to the season, fire restrictions. In a lot of places that's going to mean no open flame of any sort. But sometimes a contained off-the-ground fire is acceptable, as long as it's not windy. So I got this itty-bitty fire pit / grill and a little stand for it. Yes, for fire restriction, but also for less impact on the campsite when I'm boondocking. I don't have to build and disassemble a fire ring or leave burn material behind. At the end of the trip, I can just dump the cold ashes into the loo bucket. I love how compact it is, but the downside is you have to constantly stoke it or it'll go out. And a couple last gear updates that have nothing to do with weather. I swapped out the rear coat hooks for cargo tie downs. It was super fast and easy, and now I can clip things to them or run a strap across to suspend things from. If you want a cargo net, you could do that too. You have to take it off to even open it. See, underneath is the other hook. Yeah, they suck. But yeah, theoretically, you can open it like that, and then you could put a phone in there. Well, I probably use it like that, probably next to never. And there it is with the phone holder deployed, but it kind of runs into the headrest a little bit. You can see it's kind of pushing it down. You can't straighten it up all the way. Yeah, these are a fail, at least for this. Keep them on here still for the hook purpose, because that's nice. It extends out that far, so even if you lean your seat back like I do, you can still hang stuff on here. But yeah, not for the phone holder thing. No bueno. Thanks everyone for joining me on this seasonal gear tour. And if you happen to notice a furry face around camp, that's Gunther. You'll be seeing a lot more of him in the next video and all the future ones.